man, age does not a man make. We understand that to be a man, there is a definition of a man. A man is a state or a condition of an adult male who has acquired a composite of certain qualities. Those qualities being qualities of courage, responsibility, honor, and being dependable, and being able to manifest those qualities on a consistent basis.
Good evening, I'm Shirley Rowe. Welcome to Black Talk. Today we have a very interesting topic to talk about. We'll be discussing should women settle for less than the man they really want? And we have our guest today. We have Irene McCray, which is the founder of Sistering, and also Mr. Ron Barnes, which is Executive Director for Golden State Human Services. And welcome, both of you.
Well,
how are both of you doing?
That, women should not, you say a lot of men that are 35, 40 years old that are already married, because of the shortage, women may allow for miscellaneous relationships where a guy is married and he's seeing this other person or seeing the other person. Women have got to stop tolerating that. First of all, okay, and when you begin to stop tolerating that, then the younger men, the stock, the growing stock, they understand that they've got a much more rigid rope to toe. They will then, aspire or have higher aspirations in terms of them developing their own manhood. Thus, you will end up increasing the pool of men available, of real men.
Of real men.
I guess increasing the stock of men, where a woman can join with a man in a meaningful relationship with a real man who understands that he cannot abuse or take advantage of a woman, that he understands that it's a partnership agreement where he respects her intellectually and she respects him, and they respect each other mutually. There's a certain promulgation process that begins, and one of the things that in the African American community that I believe is a grave disservice, not only to the women today that are 25 to 50, but they're promulgating it now at much younger ages with a lot of this, the music they listen to that's completely disrespectful of women. Okay, and then what happens is in that scenario, it perpetuates itself, and then males think that it's okay to call women these funny. My travels across the country and lecturing and meeting a lot of people as I do, and one of the things that women say when they talk about the shortage of men, it always, for some reason, or the impression I get, it's one that evolves to encountering a man that's going to give her, the woman, the respect that she wants, okay, and is going to treat the woman in the manner in which she deserves to be treated. So in the identification of just those two elements of it, and I'm positive it's much more complex than that, and I don't want to be oversimplifying, but there's a certain, I would imagine, rigidity in terms of standards, in terms of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. It kind of reminds me, many years ago when I first got out of college, I was in a bank. I was working at a bank back on the East Coast, and there was a woman who had been there for years before I got there, and she was in customer service. She opened new accounts, and they were talking about how nice she treated her customers. And so I walked up to her and I said, "Well, how long have you been working here?" And she said, "Ever since they threatened to fire me." So once that reality hit, she then began to do what was necessary. Well, I take that same story, that same analogy with men, okay? How long are they going to be men? Well, once they realize they can't be boys, or they can't be, adolescents anymore. Exactly. Right. But the task, I think, women have got to make that standard, make that statement.
Well,